Alright folks, I'm gonna waste no time. I know what you guys came for, so let's hop right into it. Bonafide PWR 129 2024 kayak setup. Let's go. So right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you guys my kayak is probably one of the simplest rigged up ones you're gonna see on YouTube. A lot of guys have all these switch panels and all these fuses and all this stuff going on, and all I got really is just a wire, some lugs, and a battery box, and the battery box has all my fuses and all the plugins and all the stuff I need for my electronics, which I'll get into. And then I got my sonar, which I'm running out of the dry box, which again we will get into. So let's start from the back and then move our way to the front, and let's try not to make this thing too long. So first off, in the back of the kayak, using these little power link ports, I think that's what they're called, the replaceable ones, I put a Kayak through-hole XL because I'm using 6-gauge wire and I wanted to make sure it had plenty of space in there, and I honestly just wanted to use one of these so I could save one for later. So I got both my wires coming out the same one. It's been treating me well. I've fished with it multiple times and I've had no issues, so I don't really foresee this being a problem. I got this zip tied to these bungees running straight to the lugs of my Newport vessel battery box. Now a lot of you guys might not like that, and most of you guys might not like that, but for me it's something that's simple. It's something that when I'm on the water, if something goes wrong, there's pretty much only a couple options. Either something went wrong with my lugs, something went wrong with my box, or something went wrong with the plug on the front, which we'll get into that later. Overall, I like the setup, and obviously I don't have to have the wire this long. I mean, you guys see, I could cut the wire right here and just have the lugs go right to it, which I might do in the future. But when we installed this at the factory at Catch, we decided just to make them a little bit longer, just in case, you know what I mean, I wanted to have some breathing room, maybe put the battery up front in front of the Kayak box. So again, something really simple. And again, I could put a plug on these if I wanted to, and then just put, plug the plug into the box, but this is just easy for me, and it's easy for me to troubleshoot on the water. Right here I have my Kayak little boom stick. I actually believe the official name is the Panfish Pro. This helps me get all my cool camera angles when I'm fishing. Here we have the infamous Kayak Black Crate. This is the 13 by 16, pretty good size. Not much to say about it. You guys have seen this really good box. My first time using it and I'm really enjoying it. Moving on to the seat, nothing special, it's the Bonafide seat, so I won't talk about it too much. One thing I really do enjoy is these little like seat lock-ins, so that way I know that my seat's not gonna, it's simple design, but it just keeps the seat locked in. It's cool. I've been enjoying these little paddle holders too. Some people don't like it, but for me it's just, there's one on each side. It's convenient, whatever. Now getting on to the customized side of things, I put this cup holder right here. I got this for like $6 on Amazon. It's by a no-name like China brand, but it's been getting the job done. I actually really like it, and again, I'm gonna have links to everything in the description, so it'll be really easy for you guys to find this stuff. Right here we got a Kayak rod holder mount. I like this because when I am catching a fish and I'm measuring them with my catch board, I can just put the rod right here, open the bail, let some line out, and measure the fish, and my rod's not in my lap in the way. A lot of you guys are probably wondering how I got my transducer set up. I'm doing it through the Bonafide dry pod. Pretty simple setup. Some people don't like it. I like it because it makes my battery setup portable. When I'm done fishing for the day, I can just unplug my Garmin and take this right into the hotel room or wherever I'm staying, charge my stuff, and the next day I can, put it right in. It's plug and play, really. And the nice thing about it too is I always don't strap the front. I only strap the back, so if I hit anything with the transducer, it just pops up. So that's really convenient. The graph that I'm using is the Garmin 93 SV. I got this thing on sale when they were running them for like 600 bucks. 9-inch screen, touch screen, pretty nice for that price. Has graphing on there, has good charting on there, side scan, down view, all that. This net right here is another one of those little budget products. I got this at Blaine's Farm and Fleet for like 20 bucks. It's supposed to be like a bait tank net, I guess, but this thing's pretty big. I mean, I've had 4, 5, 6 pound bass in this net. So again, one of those little budget products that I'll have a link to in the description. Catch board, of course. I got that slid right into the built-in bungee on the dry storage on the front hatch of the Bonafide, which this thing is really convenient, really easy to use. And at first I was kind of concerned, but this thing's pretty durable, so I'm actually not worried about this heavy catch board being in there at all. I'm gonna throw this net to the side just so I have more angles to show you guys things. So again, my kayak is one of the simplest ones on YouTube. If I take this catch board off and I open this up for you guys can see I have literally nothing in there except the battery that's from my plug running to the back of my kayak. And again, that comes out the back and goes right to my Newport battery box. Super simple, and there's really nothing else to it. Right here, we got the standard Motor Guide XI3. She gets the job done. I've been enjoying her. Something cool and something custom that I have on this XI3 is this prop eliminator nut. This was another one of those cheap budget mods that I will have a link to in the description from Amazon for like $15. This thing is all metal. You literally just take the original nut off, screw this in by hand, and it's, you know, completely waterproof. And it's just another one of those things that helps you gain a little bit of extra performance out of your motor, which I've really been enjoying. So you might be wondering how I'm powering the motor, and that's with this Marine Co 70 amp plug. So as you can see, I actually took off one of the rod, I don't want to say rod holders, but the rod tip protectors that they added on there that you could use this in addition with, and kind of put your rod butt in, and then it'll slide the rod tip into here. I actually happen to live really close to the Catch factory, or where they manufacture a lot of their stuff, so I drove over there and they installed this plug for me. They have a custom gasket that they just made, or they should have it released by now. If they do, I'll put a link to it, or at least get you guys hooked up with it. If you guys want to leave a comment below, I can definitely give the guy a message and see if he can get your contact info and get you one of these. This is a gasket that they made because they took out the original rivets for, as you can see, this rod tip protector. They popped out these rivets, and then you see the 70 amp plug only uses 2 screws. The rivets would originally go here, so they made a gasket that permanently goes there to make it waterproof. This plug is great. As you guys can see, I already have the battery plugged in, so you know, if I just take the plug and give it a boom, motor will hop on and she's good to go. It's, again, a really simple setup, probably one of the most simple on YouTube. Hope it gives you guys a few ideas of what to do with your kayak. I mean, there's really not much to it, but again, maybe that's what you guys like. Maybe that's what you need in your life. Maybe you're tired of seeing these, you know, souped up, complicated kayak setup. You need to see something like this, where, you know, it's there, it's set up, it's efficient, I would say, it's clean, it gets the job done, you know what I mean? When everything's all plugged in, you know, when this wire's not hanging down, and, you know, I got all the form in the world, I got my rod right here, it's all organized, man, it's clean, I like it. So, you guys have probably seen this sitting over here in the corner. This is the kayak cart that I'm using. It's the Malone cart. I don't know the exact name of it, like, I don't know the exact, you know, model of this car. I can put the link in the description for sure. It has one of the highest weight capacities, though, that's why I got it. It's like 175 pounds. I originally actually got it for my John boat, like a little 12-foot flat bottom, but these bunks actually perfectly, I'm talking perfectly, fit in those 2 little indents right there on the bottom of the kayak. So if you guys are looking for a good kayak cart that's not like one of those $250 ones, I think this one's like a $175, $150 or something like that. So I'll have the link down below in the description to get this kayak cart. One thing I want to mention and one thing I want to say one last time is, besides the kayak cart, I'm gonna have a link in the description down below to all of these products. Literally every single thing, from the wire to the box to the camera mount to the cup holder. Okay, everything is going to be down below. So if you guys want to mimic any of this or copy any of this, or you like anything that you saw right here, you guys will know where to look. Alright folks, what's going to do for me in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, or hope you guys learned something, or hope you just at least got to see another person's perspective of their Bonafide PWR. Like I said, links down below to anything that you guys want to mimic, copy, or buy, or just look at from this kayak. I will have them down below in the description. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the kayak. I will be happy to answer them. And that's it. Alright guys, peace.